The first episode of this show opens with men running away from something. They are confused because they do not know who or what is hunting them down. They put their boss inside a car so that he remains safe. As they try to protect him, something starts to attack all the men outside the car. The boss is scared for his life as a figure that appears to look like a monkey stands on top of the car. He begs for his life and offers money, but the monkey ends his life as well. After doing this, the mysterious monkey walks away as his job is done. We are then taken back 2 months before this event and a man named Bryce is introduced. Bryce goes to an old woman because he was told that she has the things he needs. The old woman takes him inside her shop and gives him a bag filled with money. The woman tells him the location where he will get the rest of his money. Bryce is an assassin who takes money and hurts people, and this just looks like another one of his jobs. Bryce takes the bag and comes back to the hotel. He also goes out and parties all night while drinking and gambling. Later on, there is a political event in Japan and the rabble-rouser named Ken has to give a speech. We are introduced to a young girl named Akiko, and her uncle is a famous politician. Her uncle Shinji works with Ken, so he has made Akiko Ken's speechwriter. As Ken goes on the stage for the big speech, we see 2 cops. One of them is worried that they are not being protective enough, but the other one claims that security is tight. We now see Bryce again, who is walking inside a building that is right in front of the stage. He sits down and enters a password in his tablet that turns on some automatic machine guns. As Ken's speech is going on, Bryce shoots a few bullets first that break the barricade that was keeping Ken safe. Now that Ken is unsafe, another bullet comes and hits him. Bryce's job here is done as he plans to go away. Bryce is in disguise and he is planning to leave. The 2 cops notice where the shot came from and run toward it. One of them trips and falls while the other one fearlessly goes in. He instantly catches up and goes inside the building only to find out that his partner has passed away and is lying on the floor. He presumably tried to fight Bryce and ended up like this. We then see a train and Bryce is in it. He goes and sits in his seat but sees that everyone is talking about how Ken was assassinated. Bryce feels guilty about doing all of this and thinks if he should quit doing this or not. He then gets off the train and is walking away with his bag of money to the location where he will get the rest of his money. But before he can go anywhere, a few men come out of nowhere and knock him out. Bryce wakes up and sees that some men are holding him captive. These men are working for the person who hired Bryce for this job. Because of this, Bryce asks for the rest of his money. The main captain of those men tells Bryce that they double-crossed him. This means that they are taking back the money they gave him earlier through the old women, and they will also end Bryce's life. After hearing this, Bryce says that it is not his fate to get eliminated by men like them. He then taps his watch as an explosion occurs. Turns out, Bryce had put explosives in the bag of money just in case anything like this happened. He then takes 2 guns and fights those men. In the end, Bryce is injured, so he takes a bag filled with guns and runs away in the mountains. He is injured, so he goes as far as he can and passes out. But a monkey appears and drags him away. Bryce later wakes up in a pond of hot water, surrounded by a tribe of monkeys. They even feed him a special medicine that heals him. But one of the monkeys claims that this man is evil and they should not let him be here. The alpha monkey disagrees and says that they cannot just let a man pass away because it is not their way. Bryce then makes fake people out of snow and destroys them as a practice because he wants revenge. The monkey who thinks he is evil sees all of this. He comes closer and Bryce starts talking to him and acknowledges that he is different from other monkeys. Bryce is then in the water again and the monkey starts yelling there. He tells the alpha that this man eliminates other people and that he is evil. Other monkeys try to calm him down, but he hits them and feels bad for doing that. The alpha then kicks that monkey out of the tribe for being like that. Bryce feels guilty that the monkey got kicked out because of him. He is pondering around pointlessly when he notices some men heading toward the tribe. He follows and sees that those men have shot Bryce multiple times because they also work for the man who hired Bryce. The whole tribe starts to attack the men who laugh and shoot all the monkeys in response. That monkey now finds the bag with guns and picks up the guns. He takes down all the men with those guns and sees that Bryce has some breath left in him. He tells the monkey that they have a connection and that he has to hunt the people who did this to them. He passes away while giving the monkey his sunglasses. With a thirst for vengeance, he takes the guns, wears the sunglasses, and turns from a normal monkey into a hit monkey. Here the first episode ends. In the second episode, a severely injured man is brought inside a hospital. He is the last man surviving the group of people Hit Monkey fought earlier. A general walks in and wants to know who did this, and the man passes away after saying the word monkey. The general thinks that monkey is a code word. Hit Monkey is waiting for the train so that he can go to the city and take revenge. Surprisingly, Bryce is there as well. He explains to Hit Monkey that he passed away and came back as a ghost that only Hit Monkey can see. His theory is that they are somewhat connected, which is why only he can see and hear Bryce's ghost. Once they reach Tokyo, Hitmonkey gets nervous and hides in an alley. We now see the detective whose partner passed away earlier. His name is Ito and he is introduced to his new partner named Haruka. They both go out together and Ito explains that he has been trying to find the eliminator of his partner. He also mentions that he will eliminate him once he finds him. Hitmonkey and Bryce decide to visit the old woman and get some answers. They go inside and check the place out. Hitmonkey gets a little nervous, but Bryce makes the mistake of underestimating the old woman by claiming that she can't do anything. While they are looking around, the old woman comes out of nowhere and sprays Hitmonkey with a gas. Hitmonkey wakes up only to find out that he is tied up and is going straight toward a blade that can cut him. Since Bryce is a ghost, he can't help him but gives him instructions on how to cut loose. Hitmonkey manages to cut himself free, which also shows that he understands what Bryce says. Once he is free, the old woman starts attacking them again. Hitmonkey fights her as her arm gets stuck in a machine and gets detached. The woman still does not back off and fights until Hitmonkey throws her into a machine that cuts her in half. Unfortunately, they are unable to get any information out of her, so they leave. Hitmonkey feels very guilty because he eliminated an old lady, but Bryce tries to make him feel good. They go and stay in a hotel together for the night. The next day, Ito and Haruka are at the scene of the crime where they inspect the old woman's body. Hitmonkey and Bryce also arrive at the crime scene where they see the general. Bryce sees that the general is wearing the same uniform as the men who eliminated him, so they need to follow him. Both of them start jumping cars and they eventually reach Ken's funeral. Bryce does not want to go in because he eliminated Ken, but there is no other choice left. While Hitmonkey goes inside to investigate, Bryce is forced to stay outside and listen to Ken's wife's speech. She claims that no one will know the man who eliminated Ken, but everyone will remember Ken. This reminds Bryce of how lonely and sad his life was, but he says it is what it is and moves on. Hitmonkey sees some people coming towards him, so he goes inside a room where he encounters a kid. The kid wants to play and starts to tackle him. Meanwhile, Bryce is trying to find Hitmonkey when he sees the general talking to a mysterious person who may be the one behind all of this. Bryce tries to go closer to get a look at his face but gets pulled back. This is because whenever he is a little away from Hitmonkey, he involuntarily gets dragged back to him. When he goes to him, he sees that Hitmonkey is now wearing a nice suit that suits him very well. They go out and listen to Shinji's speech, which indicates that he will be taking Ken's place, and Akiko is happy about it. Suddenly, a man barges in and says that they have been attacked. Turns out, there is a third party involved. A few young men have attacked the general's men and a big fight is going on. Hitmonkey takes a gun and joins the fight as well. Akiko is almost shot as well here, but Hitmonkey comes at the right time and saves her. She sees him and is too stunned to speak. Bryce then comes and tells Hitmonkey that the general is also getting out of there before he gets eliminated as well. As his eyes fill with rage, he runs after the general and starts attacking him. Bryce reminds him that they need information from him as well and they need him alive, but Hitmonkey does not listen. He ultimately throws the general in front of a bus while ending his life. Bryce also complains that he keeps eliminating everyone who has information. He then spots Akiko and decides to go after them. They both stick under their car as they go and hide outside her house. Shinji orders to protect the house all the time, and Akiko also sees that Hitmonkey is now outside her house to save her. On the other hand, Ito and Haruka are on the scene and they are investigating. It sees the footage and notices that a monkey is attacking people. He calls Haruka and shows her the footage. He also shows her a piece of white hair he found at the old woman's crime scene. Now, they both have a lead and they know that this monkey is somehow involved and they have to catch him. Here, the second episode ends. Welcome back. I'm sure you are all excited to find out what is going to happen in the next episodes of Hitmonkey. So, let's get right into it. Episode 3 starts as Hitmonkey and Bryce are sitting on a tree inside Akiko's house where they went at the end of episode 2. While Bryce keeps talking about hurting people in different ways, it is obvious that Hitmonkey is not enjoying doing all of this and even wants to stop. During this, a monk tells them to be quiet and Bryce is shocked to learn that the monk can understand what Hitmonkey is saying and that the monk can even see and hear Bryce as a ghost. Bryce is also happy that he can finally talk to someone other than a dumb monkey. They both start talking to the monk who wants to give them advice. But they keep fighting with each other and don't let him talk. Once he does, he tells Hitmonkey that he will eventually fulfill his destiny even though his path is rocky. Hitmonkey and Bryce then decide to leave and go to the general's house. They know where he lives because they took his wallet before he passed away. Meanwhile, at the police station, they are talking about all the things that have been going on and ask if anyone has a solid theory. Despite Ito telling her not to do it, Haruka decides to talk about how a monkey is doing all of this. Both of them leave in embarrassment as everyone is laughing at this. Hit Monkey and Bryce are now finally at the general's house. Before they can look around, they hear someone coming in, so they hide in a closet. Two people walk inside who are there just to clean the house. But one of them finds a dope katana and wants to keep it. They both start talking about two twin brothers named Tepe and Kepi. While Bryce keeps the goofy twin brothers' names in his mind, two military police officers walk in. They talk about how they know about the general's gambling problem and how the Yakuza profit from it. However, the officers don't want the public to know that. Before anything else goes on, all of them pull out guns and Bryce tells Hit Monkey to put on a helmet. The helmet is too heavy and Hit Monkey falls on the closet door, which hits the officer and she accidentally shoots the man. This results in all of them attacking each other. While Bryce is chill because he is a ghost, Hit Monkey panics and goes to the back of the closet. After it is over, both of them come out and Bryce explains that he heard the name of the casino where Kepi and Tepe are and they plan to go there. Throughout all of this, Hit Monkey feels very guilty and does not want to hurt people anymore. Outside of the casino, Bryce says that they need to sneak in through the vents and go inside a back office where Kepi and Tepe will presumably be. While crawling through the vents, Hit Monkey falls right in the middle of a casino table. The people are confused to see a monkey in a suit. They start laughing at him for no reason because monkeys are funny looking in general. The guards come in with guns to check him out, but Bryce tells him to dance in order to keep everyone entertained. Hit Monkey understands and starts to dance. A dancing monkey in a suit is now even funnier, so everyone is fine with him hanging around. But even better, he starts drinking and playing poker. Since no one can see Bryce, he looks at everyone's cards and helps Hit Monkey win every game he plays, which shocks everyone there. After a while, Bryce spots the twins and tells Hit Monkey they have to keep winning and make their way to the big place. After a couple of wins, they are escorted right outside of the twins' office. There is a bald rich man and Hit Monkey is his opponent. While playing, Bryce keeps telling him to lose because the rich man won't like losing, but Hit Monkey keeps winning. He even imagines the alpha monkey and has a talk with him where he claims that the more he drinks the less he cares about everything. In the end, Hit Monkey wins all the money, and the rich man has Hit Monkey beaten up. He takes Hit Monkey to the twins and complains that he wants his money back. While there, Hit Monkey notices that the old woman they fought before is the twins' mother. Bryce puts this all together by saying that the old lady hired Bryce to take out Ken and had her sons take care of Bryce, and the sons hired the general whose men hunted him down. Now, the rich man says that if they don't want to return the money, then the least they can do is get rid of the monkey. They tie Hit Monkey up as one of the twins prepares blowfish. He has a weird thing where he cooks blowfish the wrong way and makes people eat them. He puts a piece of blowfish in Hit Monkey's mouth and he also plans on eating it because he feels guilty. Bryce now pours his soul out and explains how he also feels bad for hurting others. They soon realize that monkeys have feet that are like hands and no one cuffed them. Hit Monkey then uses his feet to attack them and take them all out one by one. He then takes out the twins together at the end. Bryce also speculates that Ken's assassination was ordered by someone above these people. They take a book that has all the records of where they got their money from for different jobs. But the problem is that more security guards are coming after them from outside. At the end of the episode, they are sitting in the casino with the book while all the security guards are knocked out. Bryce sees that someone named the accountant paid for the jobs that were related to Ken's assassination. Here the episode ends. Now normally you would wonder who this accountant person is and would wait for another episode, but lucky for you, we will be covering the next episode as well, so you don't have to wait for it. Episode 4 opens as we see Hit Monkey and Bryce arriving at the location of the accountant which they found in the book. As a surprise to them, instead of a nice house, the accountant is inside a highly secured prison. Bryce talks about how they can't just break into it that easily, but Hit Monkey learns it the hard way by getting electrocuted by the fence. Then, they hide under a truck and sneak inside where Hit Monkey gets discovered. Bryce tells him that it is just a dog and that he should attack him. But Hit Monkey freezes at the spot and does nothing. He ultimately escapes the dog and goes inside the vents, but the dog knows Hit Monkey's scent. While crawling inside the vents, Hit Monkey explains that he has a code and will not hurt an innocent dog. After telling him that having a code is a bad idea, he sees that the fan is not running so they can get in. But Hit Monkey chooses to save a rat instead that bites his hand and runs away. The fan has started and they have no way of getting in, and this proves Bryce's point that nothing will come from having a code. On the other hand, they are sending Ito on administrative leave because after listening to his monkey theory, they think he needs a break. Other officers are also making fun of Ito and Haruka. Bryce and Hit Monkey somehow make their way inside a washing machine. When Hit Monkey gets out of there, the dog is already waiting for him there with other guards, and Bryce once again proves his point. They have him in a cage and the warden keeps electrocuting Hit Monkey while describing an extremely random and weird problem he has with the guards. Bryce also notices that there is a computer right there that can give them all the information about the accountant. Hitmonkey gets angry at this and manages to break out of his cage and electrocute all of them back. Once they are knocked out, he gets on the computer and Bryce gives him instructions on how to use it. They ultimately get a picture and the location of the accountant inside the prison. But the warden sees this and warns them that he is in the pit, which is the worst place in the whole prison. Meanwhile, Akiko is going on a bike, and since Shinji is taking the place of Ken, the opposing campaign is not happy because they wanted to take Ken's place. They have threatened Shinji before and now they try to run Akiko over while she is on her bike. She wants to report this to the press, but Shinji is against doing this. Bryce and Hitmonkey are hiding in a place where a person is sending drugs packed in candy boxes down the pit. When he is not looking, Hitmonkey also jumps in there and ends up in the pit. When he wakes up, Bryce tells him to still stay down because he is in a fighting area and everyone wants the monkey to fight. The accountant is the leader there and he orders a strong man named Fat Cobra to fight Hitmonkey. Bryce knows Fat Cobra and tells Hitmonkey all about him. He is very strong and has lightning feet. They start to fight and Hitmonkey is no match for him. He ends up on a pipe and Bryce tells him to crack it open. When he does, hot water falls on Fat Cobra and Hitmonkey wins. The accountant tells Hitmonkey to end Fat Cobra, but he helps him up because of his code. Fat Cobra is on his side now and they both start attacking everyone. He throws Hitmonkey up as he starts to burn down all the drugs. Everyone is running away and as Hitmonkey looks at the accountant with a vicious look, he also runs away. They end up in his secret room, which is very neat with good vibes only and funky music. Hitmonkey starts to attack him and he explains how he told the rooster that assassinating a politician like Ken would be a mistake. Bryce is frustrated that this will go on even longer now that they have to chase a guy named Rooster. Then, the rest of the prisoners walk in and they see the nice room. They get very mad that they have been living out in the pit for so long while their leader was happily living in the good room. Hitmonkey backs down as they start to attack the accountant. When they go out in the chaos, the dog and the guard spot them there as well. Now the rat Hitmonkey helped earlier comes and leads them out of there, explaining that he panicked and bit him earlier. This proves that Hitmonkey's code worked out after all. Both of them then go back to Akiko's house where she gets scared of seeing Hitmonkey at first. But she soon figures out that it's the same monkey that saved her at the funeral. She thanks him and gives her a fruit to eat. Hitmonkey gets nervous and leaves without taking it and she leaves it out anyway. Back at the police station, everyone is getting calls about how a monkey has attacked the prison. Everyone is also confused, and no one is making fun of Ito and Haruka as they are proud that they were right all along. Here, the 4th episode ends. Now this episode has also created a mystery because we still don't know who this rooster is. If you want to find out, stay tuned for the next video. Welcome back to another video about the exciting story of Hitmonkey as he takes revenge. If you watched our previous video, then I'm sure that you are eager to know who Rooster is and how Hitmonkey and Bryce will find him. So let's begin. Episode 5 opens as we see a group of high-level gang members who are talking about how they need to get rid of Hitmonkey. An old man named the Wiseman says that they need to stop the monkey at all costs because he also beat up the old man's nephew named Manzo. Another man named the Skeptic claims that this might be a consequence of someone ordering a hit on Ken. But the Wiseman mentions that hitting politicians is against their rules. Then a man turns over and he is finally introduced as the Rooster. Together, they put a bounty on Hitmonkey for a very big price. Every hitman all around Tokyo gets a notification about this bounty and now all of them are after Hitmonkey. Bryce and Hitmonkey are at a tailor shop where they order a new suit for Hitmonkey. They are coming to go to a restaurant when they are attacked by ninja blades. Hitmonkey fights back and manages to take out the hitman. They take him to a back alley where they discover that there is a bounty on Hitmonkey. Bryce gets a little jealous because he never had that big of a bounty on him in 20 years. They both then leave and take the train, but more people follow them there. As people clear out the train, Bryce stands back as he only hears bone-crushing noises. Hitmonkey takes all of them out and they leave the train. After that, Shinji is giving a speech and when he is done, the press asks him about Hitmonkey. He has no comments but Akiko stops and starts to talk. She claims that Ozu, the leader of their opposing campaign, threatened them and almost ran over Akiko. She says that the monkey's crimes are nothing compared to what Ozu has done. Shinji is not happy with Akiko and says that this puts a bad impression on their campaign. Hitmonkey and Bryce are also there and they see a policeman on a horse. It is obvious that the policeman is also a Yakuza and is after Hitmonkey. He throws a gas bomb at them and Hitmonkey manages to take him out instantly as the scene changes. A woman is showing some tourists an ancient coffin that contains the body of an ancient protector of Tokyo called Yuki. Just as she says this, the ghost protector of Tokyo, Yuki, emerges out of the coffin and flies away while claiming to restore peace. The woman handles it well and says it's part of the show to keep the tourists calm. Meanwhile, Hit Monkey and Bryce go back to their hotel room. While talking about how the bounty even increased, Yuki attacks their room because she thinks that they are responsible for all the eliminating. She hits Hit Monkey as he goes and lands outside. She is a ghost as well, so she can hit Bryce too and starts to choke him. Before Hit Monkey can help, a hitman named Eiko comes in his car and tries to run over Hit Monkey, who manages to stay on top of the car. Yuki also comes there and starts to attack Hit Monkey. On the other hand, Ito and Haruka are in a car where Ito thinks the monkey is good because he took the life of a dirty cop. Suddenly, the sports car with Hit Monkey on top passes them by. Ito takes a shortcut and comes in front of the car on foot. He tells them to stop the car, but Eiko speeds up even more. Hit Monkey manages to hit Eiko and change the car's direction. In a single brief moment, Ito notices that the monkey saved him. The car crashes, but Hit Monkey lands on top of Eiko, who passes away. Yuki also comes there and claims that she misjudged Hit Monkey because he does the right thing at the end of the day. She then leaves while telling him that he can call her anytime he needs help. While they think everything is over and are walking away, a hitman named the Poacher comes and captures Hit Monkey. Bryce listens that the Poacher is talking to Rooster, so he thinks this is perfect because this will them right to Rooster. Bryce also admits to being jealous of Hit Monkey because he is better than Bryce. On the other hand, Skeptic finds out that Rooster is the one responsible for Ken's assassination. Rooster still denies this and claims that he would never break the rules. But they presume that he broke the rules to have the next prime minister in his pocket. Before anything else happens, the Poacher comes and knocks on the door. To their surprise, Hit Monkey comes out of him and starts to attack all of them. Turns out, Hit Monkey somehow escaped and used Poacher's body to get in. Rooster however manages to escape, but the police surround him. Manzo, the Wiseman's nephew, is still alive and he does not want this to happen again because he survived the previous attack as well when he was with the twins. Hit Monkey gets his suit from the tailor, who puts his picture right next to Bryce's old picture, and they look good together. At the end of the episode, Hit Monkey goes to Akiko's house and she lets him in because she knows he is good. She puts bandages on him and gives him fruit as the episode ends. Now, will Hit Monkey and Bryce be able to get to Rooster? How long will this investigation even go on? These are questions you would wonder about, but lucky for you, you don't have to wait because we are covering the next episode as well. Episode 6 starts as Hit Monkey is taking a hot bath in Akiko's fancy house. He comes out and Akiko brushes his hair and gives him a bowl filled with fruits. This is as good as Monkey's life gets. But this does not last long as Ito and Haruka are outside Akiko's house, insisting that they should talk. Once they are inside, Hit Monkey hides behind a curtain while Bryce listens to everything. Ito tells Akiko that they have the main person who ordered the assassination of Ken. They tell her all about Rooster and how he did all of this, but Ito also tells her that they are releasing him. This is because Rooster has connections in high places and everyone is afraid to do anything to him. Akiko is mad at this and also adds that Ozu, the leader of her opposing campaign, must have been involved. But Haruka confirms that there is no evidence of that. Haruka then almost finds Hit Monkey hiding there, so Akiko immediately tells them to leave. Akiko also sees that Hit Monkey has left. Later at the police station, Haruka feels suspicious that Akiko is hiding something. Now, Hit Monkey and Bryce are sitting on top of a building and Bryce explains how everything makes sense now. The Rooster paid the accountant, who hired the old woman, who gave her sons the job to hire the general who sent his soldiers to hunt down Bryce. Now that the rest are gone, all they have to do is take out the Rooster and they just have to wait for the police to release him. Bryce also talks about how the monk told him he will be free once this was over. This means that Bryce will go once they take out the Rooster. They find him going inside a barber shop, so Hit Monkey barges in and takes care of the Rooster. Nothing happens to Bryce though, and he presumes that maybe it takes a few hours for him to finally go. While they are talking, they see that the Rooster is walking and going somewhere again. Bryce understands that he had a double and that they have to attack this one who is the real Rooster. Rooster manages to get inside a car and go away, but Hit Monkey does not give up. He chases the car down and shoots it as the car flips. Bryce tells him to finish the job so that he can finally go away. As a very big surprise to them, multiple clones of Rooster get out of the car and run away. They do not know who is real and they are clueless as to what they should do now. Ozu makes a statement that there was someone else in the car that tried to run over Akiko earlier and that she is falsely accusing him of everything. Then, Hit Monkey is hunting down all of the clones and the last two of them run away. One of them runs in the city while the other goes to the toilet. There, he convinces Hit Monkey to not hurt him because he is a fake actor and Hit Monkey's code is to hurt only bad people. So he chases the other clone down and they end up in an alley. This clone is the real one and he pulls out a key while telling them he has information on everyone. Some random dude also pulls up and starts to shoot him and Rooster ultimately passes away. The strange man also claims that his boss wants Rooster gone. Once the man goes away and Rooster has also passed away, Hit Monkey takes the key he had and they go away. But they need a fake Rooster to get inside the bank and open the box with a key. So they go back to the toilet Rooster clone and they take him inside the bank so that no one knows. Hit Monkey stays inside a bag while Bryce keeps opening up to him since this could be his last day here. When they are inside, the fake Rooster attacks Hit Monkey and takes off his mask, revealing that the toilet Rooster was the real Rooster just pretending to be a fake one to blend in. He starts to attack Hit Monkey so that he can't get the box. As the two fight, Bryce reveals that he has a daughter he never took care of. He wants Hit Monkey to take care of her and he also mentions that he loves Hit Monkey as well. In the end, Hit Monkey wins and Bryce can finally go, but as expected it does not work and Bryce goes nowhere. He also feels bad that he opened up and told Hit Monkey many personal things but he still did not respond. They walk out of there with the box and we still don't know what's inside it. Now as they walk away and plan to go back to Akiko's house, a strange man talks on the phone. The place where the Rooster and the other gangsters were at the start is now filled with new faces. The mysterious man on the phone tells them that this monkey situation has gone too far and that he called someone who can fix this. We then see a woman sitting in a plane. As she goes from place to place, she does not get what she wants but all of the people involved end up very bad. Here this episode ends. Now, where will Hit Monkey and Bryce go next? What was in that box? And who is this woman? These questions are raised but this time you will have to watch our next video as we cover the next episodes and answer these questions. Stay tuned if you want to find out. And thanks for watching.